No way. The wrestling world just exploded. Chris Jericho is back in WWE, and he just went face-to-face with CM Punk on Monday Night Raw. This is the confrontation we've been dreaming about for years. What's up, Suplex Rumble Nation? You are not going to believe what just went down. Let's go. Welcome back to Suplex Rumble, the place where we break down the biggest moments, the hottest storylines, and the most epic developments in professional wrestling. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button right now because you're about to become part of the most passionate wrestling community on YouTube. And to all my Day 1 Suplex Rumble subscribers watching, we're about to dive deep into this absolute bombshell. Today we're covering what might be the biggest return and confrontation of the decade. This is history in the making, and we were all witnesses. Let's break it down. Alright, Suplex Rumble Nation, before we get to that moment, and trust me, we're getting there, we need to talk about the context because this story has been years in the making. Let's rewind for a second. Chris Jericho, the Demo God, Y2J, the Wizard, LE Champion, whatever you want to call him, he's one of the greatest professional wrestlers to ever lace up a pair of boots. We're talking about a 7-time world champion, a Grand Slam champion, a man who's reinvented himself more times than almost anyone in the business. Jericho is wrestling royalty. For the past several years, Jericho has been making magic happen outside of WWE, helping build another promotion, creating unforgettable moments, and proving that he still has that IT factor that made him a legend in the first place. But there's always been this lingering question in the minds of fans: would we ever see Y2J back in a WWE ring? Now, let's talk about CM Punk. The best in the world returned to WWE after a decade away, and his comeback has been absolutely phenomenal. The man hasn't missed a beat. The promos are fire, the matches are incredible, and the crowd reactions are off the charts. Punk has reminded everyone why he's one of the most captivating performers in wrestling history. But here's where it gets interesting. Jericho and Punk have history. These two have shared the ring before, they've had incredible matches, they've cut promos on each other that are still quoted to this day. There's mutual respect, sure, but there's also the competitive fire that makes both of these men who they are. Going into this week's Raw, there were zero credible rumors about a Jericho return. Social media was relatively quiet. Dirt sheets had nothing. WWE kept this under lock and key, and that's how you deliver a moment that breaks the internet. The show was already stacked. CM Punk was advertised for a major segment addressing his future plans and his path to championship glory. The arena was packed, the energy was high, and absolutely nobody was prepared for what was about to happen. So the show is rolling along, and we get to CM Punk's segment. The place erupts when his music hits. This man gets one of the loudest reactions every single time, and last night was no exception. Punk makes his way to the ring with that confident swagger we all know and love. He's got the microphone, he's got the crowd in the palm of his hand, and he's ready to address the WWE Universe. This is what CM Punk does better than almost anyone. He commands attention the moment he starts speaking. Punk talks about his journey back to WWE. He reflects on the time away, the obstacles he's overcome, and most importantly, his mission moving forward. He's not back just to be nostalgic, he's back to prove he's still the best in the world. He's back to win championships. He's back to main event WrestleMania. The ambition is clear, and the crowd is eating it up. But then, and this is crucial to understanding what happened next, Punk starts talking about legacy. He talks about what it means to be a true legend in this business. He talks about longevity, consistency, and the difference between wrestlers who fade away and wrestlers who know when their time is up. Now, to the casual viewer, this might have seemed like standard Punk promo material. But to those of us who know wrestling inside and out, those comments had layers. Was Punk subtly taking shots at part-timers? Was he making a point about performers who jump between companies? The ambiguity was intentional, and it set the stage perfectly for what came next. Punk continues building momentum in his promo. The crowd is fully invested. He's pacing the ring, making eye contact with fans in the front row, and you can feel that something is building. The energy in that arena was reaching a fever pitch. Then, right as Punk is about to make his final point, right as he's building to the crescendo of his message, the arena lights flicker. The crowd gasps. Punk stops mid-sentence, looking around with a slight smirk because he knows something is about to go down. The production team is playing with the lighting, creating an atmosphere of anticipation. The crowd is buzzing, phones are up, and everyone is wondering the same thing: who's coming out? And then, boom! The countdown appears on the screen. That familiar Jericho countdown that has given wrestling fans goosebumps for over 2 decades. Suplex Rumble Nation, I wish you could have felt the energy through the screen. The ovation was thunderous. We're talking about one of the biggest pops you'll hear all year. Fans were jumping out of their seats, the commentary team was going crazy, and even CM Punk in the ring had this look of genuine surprise mixed with excitement. Jericho stands on the entrance ramp for a moment, soaking it all in. He's wearing his signature light-up jacket, he's got that rockstar swagger, and the smile on his face tells you everything. He's home, and he's ready to remind everyone why he's one of the greatest of all time. Makes his way down to the ring, taking his time, acknowledging the fans, building the tension with every step. The camera cuts to Punk in the ring, and you can see the wheels turning in his head. This is not what he was expecting tonight, but you can tell he's ready for whatever's about to happen. Jericho enters the ring, and the two legends stand face to face. The crowd is deafening with dueling chants Y2J and CM Punk, going back and forth. This is dream match energy, folks. This is the kind of moment that reminds you why professional wrestling is the greatest form of entertainment on the planet. For a few seconds, neither man says anything. They're just staring at each other, and the tension is incredible. You can hear a pin drop despite the crowd being absolutely electric. It's a masterclass in nonverbal storytelling. Finally, Jericho raises the microphone, and his first words are golden. He acknowledges Punk's comments about legacy and legends, and then he drops the hammer. Jericho says that if Punk wants to talk about being the best in the world, he's going to have to prove it against someone who's been the best in the world across multiple generations, in multiple companies, in multiple decades. The crowd erupts. The challenge has been laid down. Punk, never one to back down from anyone, responds with his own fire. He gives Jericho credit for his accomplishments but makes it clear that this is his time, his era, and if Jericho wants to step into the ring with him, he better be ready for the fight of his life. The back and forth on the microphone is electric. These are two of the best promo guys in the history of wrestling, and they're going shot for shot, line for line, and neither is giving an inch. The verbal exchange escalates, and you can feel that we're building towards something physical. The crowd is on their feet, sensing that these two might actually come to blows right now. Security and officials start making their way to ringside, but before anything can pop off, Jericho delivers one final message. He wants Punk in a match at the next premium live event, and he wants it to be no disqualification to settle once and for all who truly is the best in the world. Punk accepts without hesitation. The match is set. The crowd goes ballistic. Okay, Suplex Rumble fam, let's talk about what this means because the implications of this return and this match are enormous. First off, Chris Jericho returning to WWE is massive from every angle you look at it. This is a legitimately huge star coming back to the company where he made his name. The media attention alone is going to be huge. Mainstream sports outlets are going to cover this. Social media is going to be on fire for weeks leading up to this match. For CM Punk, this is an incredible opportunity. Yes, he's already had great matches since returning, but facing Chris Jericho especially in a no DQ environment is the kind of match that can steal the show at any event. This is the type of marquee matchup that casual fans will tune in specifically to see. Think about the story they can tell. Two of the greatest ever, both known for their mic skills, both known for their in-ring psychology, both with legitimate claims to being the best in the world. Add in the no disqualification stipulation, and you've got the recipe for an instant classic. From a creative standpoint, WWE just injected a massive dose of star power into their main event scene. Jericho's presence elevates everything. Other wrestlers are going to want to work with him. Potential feuds and storylines that didn't exist before are suddenly on the table. Let's also talk about what this means for the championship picture. Is Jericho back for just one match, or is this the start of a sustained run? Could we see Y2J chase championship gold one more time? The possibilities are endless, and that's what makes this so exciting. I also want to touch on how perfectly this was executed. The surprise factor was total. The crowd reaction was genuine. The confrontation felt real and organic. This is how you do wrestling storytelling in 2025. You keep secrets, you deliver surprises, and you give fans moments they'll remember forever. The build to this match is going to be appointment television. You know these two are going to have incredible promo segments. There might be physical altercations, guest appearances on each other's talk shows or segments. The build is going to be just as entertaining as the match itself. Suplex Rumble Nation, we just witnessed history. Chris Jericho is back in WWE, and we're getting a dream match against CM Punk with no disqualification. If you're not hyped about this, I don't know what to tell you. This is peak professional wrestling. Now I need to hear from you because your voices matter in this community. Are you Team Jericho or Team Punk for this match? Who do you think should win and why? What kind of spots and moments do you want to see in a no DQ match between these two legends? And what other dream matches do you want to see now that Jericho is back in WWE? Drop all your thoughts in the comments section right now. I'm going to be down there reading every single comment and replying to as many as I can. This is your community, and I want to hear your predictions, your excitement, and your fantasy bookings. If this video got you hyped, do me a solid and smash that like button. It helps the algorithm show this video to more wrestling fans who need to know about this incredible moment. Share this video with your wrestling friends because they need to see this breakdown. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss when we drop breaking news, match reviews, or deep dive analysis. We're building something special here at Suplex Rumble, and I want you to be part of this journey. Coming up this week, we've got more coverage of the fallout from this segment, predictions for the match, a look at the history between these two legends, and breakdowns of other major storylines happening across wrestling. You're going to want to catch every upload. I'm your host, this is Suplex Rumble, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep celebrating wrestling, keep supporting the performers who give us these incredible moments, and remember the best is always yet to come.